All right, today we're jumping right into a masterclass of defensive warfare, the Battle of Opfildern. We're going to really pick apart this legendary fight where you've got this incredible, careful planning clashing with just a tidal wave of pure ferocity. Let's get into it. And this line? This is where it all kicks off. Spoken by the hero Jeremiah right before the chaos began. You gotta understand, this isn't your typical heroic battle cry. Nope. This was something darker, a grim promise, really. It basically set the stage for the absolute bloodbath that was coming. But here's the thing. The story doesn't start with a big, loud explosion. It starts in the quiet, with calm, careful preparation. The night before. It wasn't about hyping everyone up with big speeches. It was about the cold, hard work of turning an entire town into one giant weapon. All while hidden in the dark. So you have to realize the people of Opfildern weren't just sitting around, hoping for the best. No way. They were methodically, almost clinically, setting the stage for a complete slaughter. Every single detail mattered. Every blade sharpened. Every cart jammed into an alleyway. Every single trap checked and then double-checked. It was like they were composing a symphony of violence. And then the horns blast. It's on. Instantly, the plan clicks into gear. That first wave of gnolls, just this wall of claws and fangs, slams into the northern defenses. I mean, they were expecting to just roll right over the town. Yeah, they were dead wrong. What the gnolls ran into was this absolutely brutal 3-layer defense, and each layer had a job to do. It wasn't just about killing them. Oh no. The goal was to systematically shatter their charge, crush their morale, and just completely break the spirit of the entire invading force. So, Layer 1, the ground itself becomes the enemy. The gnolls are charging, full tilt, right into a field of hidden pits lined with spikes. I mean, can you even imagine the shock? 1 second, you're screaming a war cry. The next, you're just gone. Impaled. Dozens of them were taken out before they even laid eyes on a single defender. All right, so if you're a gnoll and you somehow made it past the pits, what's next? Well, Layer 2 wasn't just another obstacle, it was pure terror. From above, a single shot ignites a fire barrel and boom, a massive explosion of fire just tears through the survivors. Their reward for getting through the first trap was to be burned alive. Meanwhile, over on the eastern front, things were just as brutal, maybe even crueler, if you can believe it. Because here, it wasn't just about traps. The defenders were waiting for them, blades in hand. This is where two absolute legends, Jeremiah and Roberto, were holding the line. So the gnolls that managed to get through an even deadlier set of traps, they came out the other side only to be met by these two. And the way they fought, it's described as a grim harmony. Just a perfect, brutal dance of death with a great sword and a katana. Unbelievable. Okay, so with the outer defenses having done their job, fitting out the gnoll numbers, it was time for the master plan. The defenders pull a fake retreat. They fall back, and just like they planned, the rest of the gnolls, now totally enraged, chase them right into the heart of the town, which was, of course, one giant, perfectly laid trap. And this is where that quote comes in. What followed was not a battle, it was an execution by preparation. I mean, that just nails it, right? This wasn't a desperate fight for survival anymore. It became a cold, calculated, systematic wipeout. The town square was officially a kill box. And man, that central square, it just became a meat grinder. Traps went off from everywhere, weighted logs came crashing down, more pits opened up, and fire just kept erupting. And as if that wasn't enough, you've got Father Eric hidden up on the temple roof, setting off explosions that lit up the whole skyline. It was total, perfectly orchestrated chaos. So the battle seems to be over. The noise fades. But what's left is something new, a new kind of enemy. And there's only one left standing. Think about the scene, bodies everywhere, and right in the middle of all that carnage, a single figure is standing there, totally untouched. A robed gnoll, just silent. It looks like one lucky survivor, right? But was it? And this is the moment the victory just sours into pure horror. Because this lone figure, its reaction isn't fear, it's not shock,
It's not even anger at seeing its army destroyed. It looks at all the death, and it seems satisfied. It grinned.
Right away, you know this is not a normal gnoll, and when it finally speaks, its voice is described as being layered, foreign, and ancient, like older than the town itself. This was something else, something wrong.
And then, in this absolutely terrifying moment, it reveals its true purpose. It slams its staff into the ground. A sick, green light starts pulsing out, creeping over all the dead bodies. And then, one by one, the gnolls that the defenders fought so hard to kill, they start to get back up. So that perfect, brutal victory, it was just the first act. The defenders suddenly realized they hadn't defeated an army at all. All they did was create a brand new one, for an enemy that was way, way more terrifying. The defenders of Apeldoorn did everything right. They executed a flawless plan. They turned their home into a fortress and a tomb for their enemies. But that blood harvest day they fought for, it wasn't over. Not even close. In fact, you could say the real harvest was just getting started. Which leaves us with one heck of a question.